She is a truck driver. Found her on Instagram. She's one of the most popular ones on there.
I want to introduce you to Brittany Richardson.
Brittany Richardson.
Brittany in pink.
Brittany Richardson.
Brittany Richardson.
Brittany.
She is super famous.
Dream big, 'cause boy, you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road to take it. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Yeah. I've been in the darkness for 40 days. I've been searching for holy flames, a sign to light up the way. So can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been more certain of truth before.
I have reported 1050 unknown head-on. We have 2 to 4 people injured. You request a second ambulance?
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before. So can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Guys, do you see this? Look off in the distance. Do you see that glow? I did a double take when I saw it. At first I thought maybe it was the lights of the city. You know, out here in Kansas, it's not out of the norm to see lights in the flatter areas of a city that may be 20 or 30 miles away. However, that is not lights of a city. That is...
I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
all along the countryside. And these are intentionally set fires. These are actual farmers that are burning off their lands. They do it every spring, but it just looks so cool at night. Oh, that looks too cool. Oh, this is crazy. That's so weird to see at night like that. Just along the whole countryside. And I have to say, that is one thing that I am absolutely in love with when it comes to Kansas. Some people think, why the hell would you love Kansas? I love that there's so many rural areas, small, beautiful little towns, old Victorian buildings, beautiful farm properties, good-hearted people. But one thing that I absolutely love, crazy weather, crazy weather. You're never gonna get a dull moment year-round, weather-wise. There's always something happening. And I find that exciting. I've always been fascinated by winter storms, spring storms, anything weather-wise, I've always been fascinated by. I was very close to going to Norman, Oklahoma to go to college and become a meteorologist. Until I found out it was going to be like 8 years of college, and then I would just be stuck in an office making $30,000 a year back then. And of course, I quickly changed that tune when I found out I could go to truck school for 6 weeks. And I quickly changed my tune when I found out that in law enforcement, I could go to academy, be in and out in a matter of months, paid for by the department, and suddenly be making, close to $30,000. Essentially the same thing a meteorologist makes studying for 8 years. And I'm like, this is a no-brainer. something I was interested in anyway. And then, of course, I found out that 6 weeks of truck driving school, or a little less in some cases, and I could start out at over $50,000 a year. And I'm like, oh my God, that is insane. But one thing I absolutely love about Kansas is I love the openness. And a lot of people get turned off by that. But you see, like back there, the views that you get out here, guys, are incredible. Like to just walk outside in the country down some dirt road, and you can see, as far as the eye can see, you can see the sky on every corner, every inch of the sky, every cloud, every plane, every color of the field. It is absolutely beautiful. And I just absolutely love it. You can see the smoke like in the streetlights. It kind of, okay, I gotta say this, it kind of smells nice. At least as nice as smoke can smell. And I think what it is it just reminds me of like being out in the country, growing up. I was a country girl, so growing up, I keep telling Jordan, I grew up in the sticks. He grew up in a much more rural area than I did, so he teases me. He's like, really? That's the sticks? But it kind of reminds me of like having a bonfire, you know, out in the country, having those hay rides, roasting weenies, and I was gonna say weenies and hot dogs, but that could happen. I ain't gonna comment any more than that, but yeah, no, like marshmallows, hot dogs, s'mores. Oh my God, nights out in the country just are so amazing. Be out there with your family, having a movie night. Then you go out at some point, go have a bonfire, come inside, and have pizza and popcorn, go watch a movie. I don't know. I love the country life. I do. I am a broken person when it comes to being torn between the city life and the country life. Because I get bored. I gotta admit. You see all the freaking excitement that I have in my life. Like, after being out here 8.5 years, and then prior to that, about 3.5 years of law enforcement and firefighting, working for 2 fire departments, I am used to like high-paced action, like constantly. And now living in the city, you know, near 1 million people, I'm used to constant action. And I have this love-hate relationship when it comes to the country because it's so quiet and I love it. But after a few weeks, I'm bored. I'm ready to get back out and go get some excitement going on. I need to find a small town like by the city. 20 miles from the city, but it looks like this. That's what I need. I've never found it. At least in Kansas, I will say. Oh my God, look at that little car. Look at that car. Oh my I'm sorry, I don't mean to tease. That is like a roller skate on the road. Is that even legal? OMG. Oh wow, there's more. Oh my God, I'm really loving tonight. It's just so pretty. There's some out that way in the distance. And knowing that nobody's getting hurt by this and that it's a completely normal thing, I'm really enjoying this. This is just really pretty. Hey guys, good morning. I am getting ready to get my mask on, which is usually a pain in the butt, because I need to run up to the office which is on site here, our office at the customer, and get some paperwork because I'm out of paperwork. And also, thank God, I found a box of gloves finally. Walmart finally got their supply stock back up, so I have my gloves back temporarily. Except I can tell these are going to be a pain in the butt, just like the other ones. These are like the cheap off-brand. But I'm super excited about today because today we are going to a store in Missouri that I've only been to because they had a Starbucks, and it was like Christmas time, and I was on my way to see my family up in St. Louis area, and I was coming from like southwest Missouri. We decided to take the back roads and went through this area because it's really pretty, and we stopped in by the store to get a Starbucks, which happened to be close by. So I am excited. It's gonna be a pretty drive today. Lots of tight turns and hills and everything else, but weather should be nice, so it should just be a pretty drive. Yay. You know, I'm kind of enjoying this whole like scenic route thing. I'm only a half mile on this road. I haven't even hit the scenery part. Minus Warrenton. This is Warrenton, Missouri, and a lot of old buildings. It's just kind of nice to be able to drive through small towns and get off the main interstate every once in a while. Ho. You know, some of the prettiest but most intimidating small towns that I've been through has been out in Pennsylvania. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's like, I cannot believe they're paying me to come through here. Until you get to like the town squares and where all the state routes like split half a dozen different directions, and you're not quite sure which way to turn or if your truck can even make the turn. And many trucks didn't. There were many trucks that made the wrong turn out in Pennsylvania. But yeah, that's another thing. Casey's over there to the right. I love the little Casey's, like your small town Casey's. Order pizzas from them. You got fresh donuts. It's a cheat day off your diet. At least for me. I try to eat good most of the time. But yeah, this is just kind of nice, actually getting off the interstate once in a while and getting out into the country. A little more to see, a little more to see.